As is known from a few sources, in the middle of 8th century, there was a confrontation between two very strong and influential powers of that time, the Tan Empire and the Arabs. Their desire was to gain political and economic superiority in Turkic world. The decisive point of the conflict between the two great powers was the decisive battle of 751 near the small Turkish town of Atlakline on the banks of the Talas River. In this battle, many people and tribes met, Turks, Arabs and Chinese. If earlier the Turkic tribes resisted the invasion of Arab troops on their lands, now they have teamed up with the Arabs to repel the Chinese Tan Empire, a long-time enemy of the steppe inhabitants. The impact of the result of the further development of the country was so great, so it is significant that it can be called phenomenal.
Resmi tarixte biz atlak деп kеттік. Бұл әсілі атлақ емес, орыстар енді оны А деп айтады ғой, белгілі ғой. Орыс тарихшыларының отлық дегенде атлақ деп жазды, сол күйінше бұл атлақ болып кетті. Оның ол түрік сөз, өзіміздің сөз. Отлық деген сөз. Отлық деген сөз көгал, жайылым, бау-бақшалы, шөптесінді жер, көгалды жер, бай жер дегенді білдіреді, отлық деген.
China sought to establish its dominance in Central Asia. They captured Tashkent and liquidated their ruler, putting their men in his place. The Turkish Khagan Suluk, fearing Chinese expansion, sent an ambassador to the Arab Caliph to unite against the Chinese. The Arab Caliph sent his warriors to help the Turkish. They were joined by the Turkish and the other Turkic tribes. The number of allies grew to 70 to 80,000 soldiers. The battle between the Arab and Turkish on one side and the Chinese and his allies on the other side began in 751 in July near the Talas River. The battle lasted 5 days. During the clash between the Arab and Chinese armies, 20 to 40,000 soldiers fell and were wounded on both sides. The Karluk Turks, seeing that the battle wasn't going in favor of the Chinese army, went over to the side of the Arabs. The Chinese forces were attacked from two sides, the Arab and the Karluk. The Chinese army was unable to hold its ground and began to retreat.
The Battle of Atlach is a significant event in world history, but historians have different opinions about it. Some experts believe it was a major clash between two civilizations, while others think it was just a small conflict at the border. Despite this, the battle had important consequences, including the spread of Muslim culture, the creation of new states, and the beginning of paper production in Samarkand. The battle also stopped the Arab advance to the east and the movement of Chinese civilization to the west. There is some consequences of this battle. First of all, the victory of the Arabs had a strong impact on the spread of Muslim culture, primarily among the urban population. The result of the Talas battle was that Karluks created their own independent state, and the Uyghurs restored their state in East Turkestan. And the last one, the important consequences of the battle was the beginning of paper production in Samarkand, since among the prisoners there were Chinese craftsmen who knew the secrets of making silk paper, which until that moment were kept in China in the strictest confidence.
For the Chinese state, the outcome of the battle was however more gloomy. Suppose the decline of Tang dynasty, the cause of which, in addition to the Battle of Talas, were social and political failures within the country. The Chinese abandoned the idea of pushing their borders to the west, despite the fact that the Arabs succeeded despite the unsuccessful outcome of the battle, and for them, the huge Turkish-speaking region turned into a center for the spread of Islam. For the Turkish peoples themselves, this in turn caused a significant cultural outburst, because the Arabs brought with them a number of achievements of world civilization, including Western civilization, for example, Greek philosophy.